as our featured guest, if you don't mind kind of welcoming our friends here and let's get this party started.
All right, man. Okay, y'all. So hopefully my tech skills will not leave me. I'm not sure they were ever here to begin with, but let me know if you can see the screen. My video background skills are pretty amazing. I got the blue screen though, so all I got to do now is make a fancy background and it'll look like I'm something. So good news number A is I'm giving you all this document that we're working off of today. So you can have it and not worry about having to make sure you wrote everything down properly or whatever. Here's how our process works. This is much easier to read when I give you the document. I'll share it with the guys and they'll shoot it on over to you. But we make content that is cool, that people like, that actually helps them. I like to use AI to do this, and it works pretty good. And basically, it's like, hey, here's some free advice on how to get what you want. And if you want more free stuff, let me know. And my automated thingy will send it to you. And then they comment. They're like, okay, send it or whatever. And we automatically DM them your lead magnet, which is like a free report or whatever you want to give them. So that works pretty well. At the same time, we also get their email address if they'll give it to us. If you recall from yesterday, like 80 something percent of people are giving me their email address and they don't have to, which is amazing. So that's good. Yay. So we let them click the lead magnet, give them some time to digest it. And then we're like, hey, thanks for checking out my free report about tomato gardening, for example. I got a tomato gardening class. It's pretty cool. Let me know if you're interested and I'll send you some info. And then they say that they're interested or not. And if they say they're interested, HighLevel's automated ninja thingy like knows that they were interested somehow. And therefore, it automatically sends them information about your stuff. Like, okay, cool. Here's the link with all the info on it. And that's where your sales pages or your book a call pages or whatever, you know. And of course, not everybody who replies and says they're interested is going to actually go and read your sales page and buy your stuff. That's normal, which is why if they don't buy or book a call or whatever it is you want to do, we follow up and see if they have any questions. And this part is really the magic part because the people who answer and actually have questions and then you reply to them with a real answer, the likelihood of them buying typically is going to be significantly more than if you're just pushing, a product at them because you had so much interactivity. And we went over the psychology of that yesterday with reciprocity, commitment, and consistency. So that's why this works. So that's the automated thing in a nutshell. And we're going to set it up today. It's really not that big of a deal. But there are two things I wanted to go deeper on for you today. And number one is we spoke yesterday a lot about like, okay, what if you don't have any followers or whatever? And let's just imagine you have never, ever made a post in your life. Okay. So thing number one, automated stuff only works with Facebook business pages and Instagram business accounts. Doesn't matter what the tool is. It's just the way, those platforms work. So create a business account, doesn't cost any money. All right. And doesn't matter if you've never made a post, doesn't matter what the name of it is, as long as it's nothing weird. But log in there and then go to facebook.com/groups, which I've gone to over here. And from here, you can see like I did a lot of testing with the dog walker market. I'm not really into dog walking. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But you can just search for topics. All right. Like chess, for example. Let's see. We can search for all groups that are into chess, and there's like a ton of them. If you wanted to narrow this down a little bit more, we could do near me, etc. I'll do public groups. It doesn't matter if they're near me, but you kind of get it. And then like, here's a pretty good one. I'm just randomly choosing chess, by the way. This is checking all the boxes. The stuff we're looking for, by the way, are groups that if they have, like a lot of people in them. This is great that this has so many people. But B, we want them to have a lot of posts every day. All right. So if they have like one post per week or something, even if they have a gazillion members, it's not an active group. The amount of posts per day is more important than the members. All right. So if we're selling chess stuff and we want to get our content in front of people that are into chess, we could make 8 billion posts and hope that the algorithm finds us and likes us, and it might because of the way they've changed everything. Or B, just put content in groups where chess players are hanging out. So I kind of like number B. And we could join the group if we want and then post in there. And before we do that, just want to make sure this is actually a chess group. All right. So it is. Sweet. Okay. So this is pretty good. Sometimes we'll go in here and we'll find the weirdest stuff in the group. So I'm just like looking to make sure that it's actually people that are playing chess. I don't know anything about chess. So my assumption is this is legitimate chess stuff. So we would just join that. And then when we get accepted in there, we would make a post. And the idea is we want to join 10 of them and we want to put the same post in each group every day. Well, not the same post day after day, but our goal is like we just want to make one post per day and we want to put that post in 10 groups. All right. And so that's it. Like that's the whole master plan. Very simple. So that's literally how you find people, that you can stick your content in front of. And it's free and it's extremely underutilized. The trick is doing this without being uncool. All right. So if you go into a group and you start posting like, here's my stuff, give me some money, nobody's going to like that. We have to lead with value. That drives this entire machine here. All right. So our first thing is we post valuable content that offers them more stuff for free. The content itself must be valuable. All right. So I'm a big fan of AI and I like to use AI to help me write stuff, not to write it for me, to help me write stuff. I think AI is like a rifle, very, very useful if in the right hands. But if you give the rifle to someone who's never used a rifle before, they're either going to have disastrous results or no results at all. Same thing with AI. So like, don't let it control replace you as a smart person. But these are the questions that I'd like you to ask yourself prior to creating stuff. And the reason this is important is because I've given you a prompt to use that answers these questions. But here they are. Number one, how do I want people to feel when they read the content? All right. That's thing number one. Thing number two, what do you want people to believe after they've read your content? Thing number three, what do you want them to think about you after they've read your content? And thing number four, what do you want them to do next? No, you're not talking to AI with us. These are just questions that you answer for yourself before you start creating content. All right. And when you have the answers to that, you can use a prompt like this one. And again, in case you were not here earlier, I'm giving you all this Google Doc, so you don't have to try to remember all of this. That would be very difficult. So here is the prompt that I created after answering these questions in my head. All right. I want to write a social media post for, now you would insert your niche here. Let's say it was chess players or something. I'll say professional dog walkers. The purpose of the post is to make the reader feel like they can use the internet to get customers. Professional dog walkers want to believe that they, in fact, can use the internet to get customers. All right. I want them to believe it is possible to get customers from social media. I want them to think I'm an expert on the topic of getting customers online. I want them to want more content from me. This is the desired outcome of your content, right? We don't want to start something without a desired outcome in mind. That's silly. So watch this, redneck famous last words. All right, I'm just going to copy this. You go to your AI tool of choice. I'll choose Chat GPT and their 4.0 model. I'll paste it here. Of course, you would replace this with your niche and everything and your own answers. And we'll hit go. And we'll see what it writes for us. All right. It inspires confidence, positions you as the expert, and creates demand for more content. All right. I like how it calls out to the customer there or our ideal prospect. Okay. So this is like moderately good, but I would want to like give them a little bit more helpful information. So make a little adjustment. Now I don't type well, so I'll just talk to it. Please give a little bit of advice for them in terms of how they can get attention and build trust on social media. we don't have to give a lot, but at least give them something actionable. All righty. Remember, like we don't want to just do the Jesus take the wheel thing with AI. You want to guide it and have it help you. This is a very, very important distinction. There we go. Okay. Sweet. All right. So here's our post. And it's moderately good, but it's ChatGPT. And I don't want to take too much time writing it. So I'll hit copy here. Actually, I won't do anything. We'll just have this because we're going to post it shortly. Now, since we're on ChatGPT, we can do one more little thing just to show you how easy this could be. And it doesn't matter what AI platform you're using. I just wanted to choose something that everybody was familiar with. Great. Now make me a square image that I can use with this post. Make it show like a successful dog walker who's really happy or something like that. Just make it something that would be really appealing to professional dog walkers. All right. I'm using an app called Super Whisper, I think is the name of this app to avoid typing. It's pretty cool. They don't pay me to endorse them or anything, but my hands hurt, so I can't type that well, so I talk more. Okay, so this thing will like work its magic in the background, but we got ourselves a post, right? We didn't overthink it, just making sure that we got some helpful information for the dog walkers. We provided them actual value, and then we're telling them what to do, which is let me know if you want some free stuff. And I would not say like drop a dog emoji. I would edit that. Just say let me know in the comments, and I'll send you my free guide. I don't want them to have to say a specific comment. It just makes it harder. All right. So that was easy. That's how we made the post. And hopefully it'll make a cool graphic. You never know. So we'll see. So we can make a gazillion posts that way. But that's the big thing. All right. Brevity, solid advice. Here's how to get what you want. And then here's how to get more free stuff from me. That's the magic formula. Doesn't talk about me. Doesn't talk about how cool I am. There's no picture of a Ferrari or anything. I don't have one. But if I did, I wouldn't put a picture of it in that post. So now that we know, like, it's really not that hard to do this stuff. We find the groups, we make the posts. Some groups will let us post, some won't. It's okay. If somebody won't, you just get another group. So now let's like plug the engine into this sucker. Okay. So within this Google Doc, I've given you a link to the snapshot, and there's probably one in the thingy too. That's the professional term. All right, the thingy in our event here, they've probably posted it for you. But let me show you how to work this thing. All right, so you install the snapshot, you put it into a sub account on Go HighLevel. You're ready to party. Before you start messing around with it, you need to have two links ready. One is a link to your lead magnet. If it's a PDF, you can just upload it to your HighLevel account, and you can that's where it'll be. You can get a little copy of the PDF link. I'll show you how. And then you want to link to whatever your sales page is or your booking page or whatever. It's clearly not yahoo.com and google.com. I'm just putting something there as a placeholder. So we need these two links. You don't have to give them to me. You just need to have them handy. All right. So that's, a big technical challenge here, but not really. So let's come over here and plug this sucker in. All right. So when you install it, you'll see that we have two folders. The first one is called Automatically Turn Your Social Comments into Leads. The second is Open-Ended Email with AI Filter and Reply. Now, before we even mess with these, remember, I was like, dude, we got to have these two links here. All right. Your lead magnet link and your sales page link. Here's what to do with those. Click on Marketing. Come over here to Trigger Links. Bing, there we go. And you'll see something like this, but there won't be a link in there. It'll be blank. You'll see something that says link for lead magnet, link for sales page. You just come over here, click the little pencil button, and then paste in the link to your lead magnet, where they can download the PDF or watch your video or whatever, it may be. You just paste that link there. I'm just going to leave it as Yahoo. And then for your sales page, same thing. You just paste a link to your sales page here or your calendar page or whatever it may be. And you click save. All right. Now, the reason we're doing this is because the system I built for y'all on HighLevel, HighLevel is really the thing that powers it. It'll track whether or not they click these links. It'll follow up with them accordingly. And it can do all of that without you having to do anything. But we need to have these little things set up. So nothing to it. We pasted Well, we copied first, then we pasted. Very highly technical stuff. So we did that easy. So let's get started on folder number one. We have two workflows here, one for Facebook, one for Instagram. They are identical, except one works on Facebook, one works on Instagram. I'm just going to show you how to do the Facebook one because they're the same thing, so we won't do both of them because you're literally doing the same thing for each one. So we'll start. I'm going to open the Facebook one. All right. And you'll notice when you look at this, you're like, oh my God, dude, what in the world is all of this stuff? And it's nothing to mess with the exception of the green boxes. So we don't do anything except for mess with the green boxes. And the green boxes, all they're doing is we're just changing words. So we're going to put whatever words we want in here. So here's how this thing works. Somebody will comment on a Facebook post, and we're going to tell it which Facebook post in a minute. We have to make the post first. We're going to do all of that together. That's easy. We don't have to do anything there except paste. All right. This automatically tags them. This does stuff. And first thing it does, notice this is green. So we mess with the green boxes. It's going to respond on their comment. You can change these if you want to or not. I wouldn't. What's the point? So you can if you want to, but I'll just hit save there. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that it's cool to DM them with information. So here's what it says. Thanks for checking out my stuff. I need to make sure it's cool to DM you. Facebook makes us do this now. Will you please click the yes button so I can send over the info? And look, down here, we have these little buttons, all right? And these are already made, and all the techie stuff is already done. So this is going to wait a while, and it's going to make sure that they've checked yes or no, and we're cool. And if they check yes, we're good. Yeah. And if they don't, then we're not going to mess with them because they don't want info from us. So when they check yes, again, we've done nothing so far. I'm just walking you through how this works. You don't have to edit any of that. All right. When they check yes, the system will look to see if you already have them in your database. If you do, awesome. If you don't, it's going to get their email for them. All right. So if they have their email address in here, it's going to go to the next step. But let's assume you don't have their email address already. So this is where we might have to edit some text here. You can tell by the way it says edit me. Notice we're only messing with the green boxes, right? There's nothing to this. Like, don't touch any of this other stuff. You don't have to screw with it. Just change the green boxes. So click on that. There we go. Change this if you want. I wouldn't. I mean, there's really, how many ways can we say what's your email address? And this is what I say, and it works. So like I said, I got like 80 something percent of people that go through this give me their email address. I don't know why, because they don't have to. I'm giving them the stuff anyway. So it waits. And then if they give us their email, awesome. And if they don't, it doesn't matter. We're still sending them the lead magnet. We're not like going to trick anybody or any shenanigans like that. So they give us the email or they don't. If they do give us the email, all right, we're going to send them an email. I know, crazy. And we're going to email them a link to the lead magnet. Now, notice we do need to edit stuff. You put your name here. You put your actual email here. All right. So this is not a real email. Like, make sure you change that. And now we have subject. You can leave alone if you want to. And then here is the link to the stuff. And this link right here is going to link to your lead magnet page automatically. So this should automatically just already be set up in your snapshot. This will end up showing a cool little link that tracks whether or not they clicked on the lead magnet. And we want to know that. I'll just show you how to put it here just in case we need it. We click on the lightning bolt, click on link for lead magnet, and there we go. So you would put your actual name there. And that's kind of it. So we might say something like, here's the link. Okay. There we are. So we'll just save action there. So that was, extremely technical and exhausting, but we did it. I'm kidding, of course. Next thing we want to do is we want to DM them the link as well. Pretty easy. So click on that sucker. Come on. There we go. Okay. Here's the thing. You might want to edit the word thing. Here's the report, the video, the info, whatever it may be. Hope you like it. And this is the link, right? So HighLevel will put a trackable link in place of all of this weird code. We don't have to mess with any of that stuff. It's just there. Just make sure you see something there. If you don't, click on the trigger link thing, select link for lead magnet, and it'll insert it. But it should already be there, so you're good. All right. So all we're really doing is just changing the word thing to something else. So we have really very minimal techie stuff. It can trick you into thinking it's techie, but really we're just clicking on green boxes and, doing words. All right. So ain't nothing to it but to do it. All right. And now what the system's going to do is if you look at our overall process here, they commented, we DM them the lead magnet. What we want to do now is we want to make sure that they actually click on the lead magnet before we start asking them if they're interested in our stuff. Because if they don't click the lead magnet, we can't really have already demonstrated to them that we know what we're doing and we're helpful. So I think it's important that they consume the free stuff before we start talking about paid stuff, don't you? So that's what this little step here is built to do. You don't really have to do anything. I'm just walking you through it. So what we do is we give them 3 hours and we're just kind of looking to see if they click the lead magnet. And if they do, we'll skip this. But if they don't, all right, if they haven't clicked the lead magnet, we're just going to remind them, hey man, come on, making sure you got the thing, right? So, hey Bob, just following up to make sure you got the report about dog walking stuff. Hope you like it. Here it is. That's all. So all you really do is change the word thing. Yeah, that's it. Don't forget to change the word thing. This link should already be here. So you just want to hit save there. So we're reminding them and we're waiting again to see if they clicked. And if they never click it, then all right, we're not going to mess with them. But obviously, the overwhelming majority of people click it. So if they do click it, whether it's from Messenger or from their email, because we send them an email with the link too, it will know, right? And it moves them in the pipeline. I'll show you the pipeline in a minute. So it waits an hour. It's going to give them time to consume it. And then once they've consumed the lead magnet, now it's time to be like, cool, I hope you like that free stuff about dog walking. I got this paid thing you might be interested in. Let me know if you want it. So here's what that looks like. This is the green thing that we edit. We don't do much for it. Come on, stay there. Okay. What did you think of that thing I sent over? I have a course about for dog walkers that helps dog walkers get more clients online. You might like it. If you're interested or not, please select one of the answers below. We're not trying to pretend this is a human talking to them, by the way. Clearly, a real person wouldn't have the yes or no button there. We're just trying to get them to the point of seeing the offer so we can answer their questions about the offer. So we don't do anything here. Like this is already built. If they press yes, yay. If they press no, that's cool too. We just want to press something. So you don't mess with it with the exception of editing the stuff in brackets. All right, that's it. So it sends them there. And what this is doing now, this is where you can be like, oh my God, dude, what is all this stuff? Nothing to it, I promise you. All right, we're looking to see, did they answer or not? So if they don't answer, they're going to go down here. And we're just going to ask them again. Remember, part of the process is like send them an open-ended question and follow up until they answer, right? So if they haven't answered, we're just going to ask them one more time. Hey, was that thing I sent over useful to you? I got a course that helps professional dog walkers get more clients from social. You might like it. Let me know if you're interested, and I'll send you the info. The buttons are already here. You're good to go. You ain't got to mess with anything. Hit save info. Now, if they never reply, then it's like, okay, we don't want to, drive them bananas or anything. But if they say no, by the way, we quit messing with them. But when they do, if they say yes to either of these open-ended questions, now we're going to send them the information. That's all automatically done. Everything's like automated. So here, great. Here's the info. Now look, this link is different. Notice that's already built in here for you. So you don't have to do all this. But just in case, we put the link for the sales page here. So he's got that 3 after it, where the link for the lead magnet had, I think, a 6 at the end. So here it is. Let me know if you have any questions. That's it. Like we're not trying to sell them on it in the messaging. We're just like, okay, cool. Here it is. You wanted it. Here's the link. That's literally the whole thing. So what we want to do is just sit back and collect money and do nothing. That would be amazing. Probably not really going to happen. What typically happens is they will look at it and then they won't buy it, which is normal. Okay. Most people do not immediately see our stuff. I'm like, take my money for the love of God, please. I have too much of it. They have questions because they're human. They're normal people. There's nothing wrong with them. They're not dumb. They're regular people and they have questions. We always do. So what we're going to do is we're going to look to see if they clicked it. And if they did, we're going to ask them if they have questions. If they didn't click it after 4 hours, we're going to remind them to go check it out. All right. So, like, hey, just following up to make sure you got the info you requested from me. Here's the link. You don't even have to really edit that if you don't want to. Kind of works already. Right. So let's assume they do, in fact, click it. All right. So when they click, we know they're not going to buy. So it's going to give them an hour. Like, let them have some time to review it and everything. If they haven't purchased, then it sends them this thing. All right. Boom. Come on. Open. Ah, there we go. Okay. A little too light on the mouse click today. So, hey, Bob, just following up to see if you have any questions about the info I sent over. Please let me know. You don't really need to edit that if you don't feel like it. All right. Let me zoom out here. I accidentally zoomed in. There we go. That's it. That's the whole deal. And if they reply, then it'll move them to a stage in your pipeline that says replied. And if they never answer, then we're just not going to mess with them. All right. So, but that's all there is to this thing. We're just editing these little green boxes here to make sure that, we put your information instead of like bracket thing. That's the whole deal. There's nothing to that, so it's very, very simple. And there is another, almost forgot to do this. Okay. I'm going to hit save, but we're still going to have to come in here and mess with this in a minute when we make a post. All right. So there's another cool little thing I built for you. So this is the one for Instagram. It is literally the same thing, but it just does it when they comment on Instagram posts. All right. So we're not going to go through that because it is exactly like the Facebook one. All you're doing is changing the green boxes. So this other little thing I built for you as well really freaking helps. What this does is it will send an open-ended question to them. And this is built in here. So it'll send a little thing. Now you got to put your name and email in here. Don't forget to do that. It's basically asking the same stuff. Hey, was that report I sent over to you useful? The report about getting more dog walking clients from social media? I have a class that helps people get more dog walking clients from social media. You might like it. Let me know if you're interested, and I'll send you the info. And then you put your name here. And you want to make sure that HighLevel set up to include your mailing address. So you'll be CAN spam compliant, which is done in the business settings, but I just have it here just to make sure that you don't forget, So we click on save, and then we have another version of it that's slightly different. So if they don't reply after 4 hours, it'll ask them again. All right. And it's basically the same thing. And all we do is edit it where it says product and get result. We just change it to be reflecting your stuff. And we hit save. Now, here's what's super groovy about this. All right. The second half of this thing is it looks to see if they reply. All right. So if they do reply, like let's say to that first one, it's not going to send them the second one 4 hours later. We don't want to drive them crazy. And when they reply, it actually reads their responses to see if they're interested or not. And HighLevel's got like all this really cool techie stuff where it can tell the intent and the sentiment of their inbound message and yada, yada, yada. It's just built for you, so you don't have to worry about it. So if their reply says yes or has positive intent, meaning that they're indicating that they're interested, it will email them the info. And so just put your name here and your email and stuff, and then put the details about your stuff. Like, okay, cool. Here's a link with all the information, and then put your link there. And that's it. So that whole deal, this combination is what works very, very well for me. The true magic of it is in answering questions for people. But this also, now we've got them from Messenger and we're also sending them emails. So we're presenting them with the offer or the ability to say yes to the offer from two different angles, which is really, really cool. And that's the entire snapshot. It's really simple, but dude, it works ridiculously well. It's super easy. So there's that. Now what we want to do is we want to actually make a post and test this sucker out. Okay. So the cool thing about HighLevel, one of the many cool things about HighLevel, is we can actually do the posts from HighLevel. So you go to the marketing tab over here, And where are we? Oh, to the social planner, right dead in front of me. Okay. And we're going to go to new post. All right. So create new post. Yay. All right. Going to post to these two social accounts that we're hooked up with for this demo account. Alrighty. And where are you? Where's my chat GPT? Oh, cool. Look, it made us a little image. Ha! How about them apples? Okay. Now, you know what? I waited, so it might not open this image for me. Let's see. Oh, it worked. Man, chat GPT being cooperative today. Okay. I'll take that. All right. Where'd you go? There we are. All righty. So here is our post. Okay. So I just copied it over here. And where do we go? There we are. I'm going to paste. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're cutting and pasting. I'll change drop a dog thing to let me know. And because this would be going in groups, I don't want it to be too obvious. So I just say, let me know and I'll send you my free guide. Or let me know and I'll send it over. And it over. See, this is why I do the talking thing more than the typing thing. My hands don't work too good. All right. And so this is pretty solid. I like this. And I might even go hog wild crazy, put a little emoji right there. Look at that. Check it out. Beauty. That's, I mean, I'm kind of surprised today by ChatGPT. It's usually kind of awful in how it writes, but did okay today. Yay. There we are. Mm-hmm. Yep, I like it. So let's add that image. Okay, we can come over here and we click upload from media library. I got an image of a motorcycle randomly. Let's do the old upload here. And let's see, how do I download this or sort this by image May 20th? All right, of course, can't read any of this stuff. Chat GPT, image May 20th. There we go. Boom. All right. Da-da-da. Okay. Let that sucker go. There we are. Kaboom. How do you like that? So now let's post it. I'm going to hit post. Post now. We schedule it for tomorrow, but let's see if this sucker works. All right. So come on, baby. There we go. All right. And let's have a look at our Facebook page here. So this is our demo page. Now, if we're posting to a group, I would want to do this manually just to be sure because we're doing multiple different groups, but I just wanted to show you how cool this thing is. And we refresh this. Hopefully we will see our post. And JB, I'm going to give you the link to this post and we can test it out here. Let's see here. Where is my little thingy? How come you're not giving me a link to this post? Oh, share. That's why. Okay. So to hook this up to the high level automation, let me come over here again. We go to your post, click the share button. We want to copy the link. All right. Now we're going to come back over to high level and I'm going to go back to my automated thingy. We're going to do the same for Facebook and Instagram. I'll just do Facebook for now because I don't want to bore you. I'm going to come to our little automated thingy and up here at trigger, I'm going to add a trigger. Come on. I'm going to say Facebook comments on a post right here. Page is change the world. Now we could do any post right here, but in this case, we're going to a custom and the post is, I'm going to paste the post value here. I'll hit save trigger and I'm going to hit save and make sure it's published. Let me come over here one more time just to double check, make sure I can view this on the Facebooks. Yep. Okay, cool. So let me go back. Jelly roll there, looking good. Okay, so where'd we go? Here is our link. And let me come over here, John, to the, how do you say it in English? Where are we? I'm going to send this to you on, whatchamacallit, Slack. And if you would post this for everybody, this is the link to that post. And hopefully
Got
I
you
did that
covered.
properly. So
Got it. You
we
covered.
can demo this sucker.
Got it, man. Drum roll, please.
All right. Let's see if I did it properly. Sometimes when you post a link, it can be weird, but I think that would be it. Come on now. I wonder if it's being weird because I'm already in there. Might be. I'm already in the workflow. Yep, look at there. Okay, awesome. So it worked, right? So it automatically replied here. So what we now see happening is I can get out of here. Check this out. What we see is I built you all this pipeline thingy. And whoops, I hit the wrong button. Sorry. We come over here to opportunities. You can see the pipeline I made for you. It's called social DM pipeline. So over here, I would be showing up, but I've already tested, I've already done tested the thingy. So let's see if I can get rid of that sort by. Yeah, it's not going to show me in the right place. It would show me here as a new lead, but I've already tested it, so I'm not a new lead. So I'm
I, I
somewhere.
I just submitted mine right now. I got a message from you
Nice.
that had a, it was pretty quick.
Sweet. Okay, come on, internet. New office, new laptop, new internet. Come on, baby. But you'll end
Jason
up
said, "Thanks,
seeing.
John.
All right.
I'm
Oh, cool.
checking out
Look,
my stuff for
my
you."
man
Okay.
David, you're probably in here too already from testing it before. So if you don't see yourself, it's because you've already tested it and we have it set up not to do duplicates. But you can see my man David here. He came in, he gave us his email, and then we sent the lead magnet to David. All right. So this all just happened. And you can come into this and you'll actually see all of your leads in here and where they are in the pipeline, which is awesome. So you can just see everything at a glance. So we've tested this before, and these are folks who've gone through the testing before, and we can see all of them in here at the end of this thing where they've gone through the whole journey, and they're now in the like, hey, do you want it or not? And then here are the folks that we sent the info to. Here are the people that had questions. Pretty cool. And when they buy, we can drag them over here, and if they say no, we can drag them over here. And if they reply, we can drag it over here and we can see what their response is, or we actually don't have to drag it. It all happens automatically. So you can sort of manage everybody, without having to wonder what's going on. So if you have someone this is the sequence, by the way, they're in the sequence saying like, hey, do you have questions? They're in that part of the workflow. So every day you can just kind of work out of here. Like, all right, here are the people who replied, or these are the people who sent the info, but they never responded here. So let's open them up. And I don't really want to open these contact records up because it will show people's email addresses and stuff. I don't know if that's cool to do, but we could open them up and start chatting with them over DM, like just manually or email if you wanted to, assuming we have their email, which we can see right here. We did. All right. We got the tags because I already tagged them. All of that's automatically done. So this thing's just built for you. All you got to do is change the green boxes and make the posts, and it'll handle the rest of it for you. And you just come in and answer questions and like have some fun. And I'm telling you, it works really, really well, exceptionally well. So what we've discovered is A, social media is not that hard, and B, the automation of this stuff is extremely doable, and anyone can set it up. And this, when you keep up with people who actually reply to you and ask questions, they typically, assuming you have a good offer and all that, like the word typically is a bit dangerous, I suppose, in terms of like, results not typical and everything. But humans who have checked out a thing and said that they were interested in buying the thing, and they just have a couple questions about the thing, like those are pretty freaking qualified, good prospects for your stuff. So really, you just kind of end up answering questions all the time and being nice to people, being helpful, and it's a good feeling. It's a good way to do business, I think. I like it anyway. Works well for us. So that's how you set all of this stuff up. Ain't nothing to it, but to do it. Just be sure that your posts are actually good. I did a test with this thing earlier this morning, and it wrote the dumbest post for me ever which was this one. And it was like, I once worked with, it just lied. It made up all of this stuff, you know. So make sure with your whenever you're doing stuff with AI that you actually guide it and instead of, just letting it do whatever it wants. But you probably know that already. But yeah, that's how you do this stuff. Really simple. Just get over the fear and let it happen. And I really don't know how to drag that out very much, but that's how you do it. Here is by the way, in the doc, I've given
Uh-huh.
you an example of a successful post, but notice the thing in yellow. I turned off the automations because I don't really work with dog walkers. Like I did a whole test in dog walking groups, and you can see I got leads and everything, but I turned it off because I'm not actually trying to get a bunch of dog walkers as clients. I just want to demonstrate how you could do this if no one knows who the hell you are, in random groups. So please keep note of that. And at the end of the document, here's a link to the snapshot. Not hard to install, really simple, and we just set it up. So not hard to set up either.
Awesome, Frank. So we've linked all these documents together into one. If you have not yet, and you're tuned in, make your way to saspreneur.com. If you're an existing high-level user, there's an option right below the registration. Click on that. I'm already a high-level user, and it'll send you, once you register, the snapshot link and the collateral for this particular training that we went over. Frank, is there anything else that we need to cover before we bring this home?
Man, I think that's it. Like information overload is very dangerous. It's very harmful, and it leads to let's complicate this more and freak ourselves out. There's no need to do that. Here are the questions everybody has. Should I use a business page or a personal page? You have to use a business page. Automated stuff doesn't work with personal pages. Doesn't matter what the tool is. It doesn't. So that's thing number A. Thing number B, should I have my business page? What name should it be in? Doesn't matter. Just put it in your own name. Like that's what mine is. It's in my name. It says Frank Kern, or your company name. If you already have one in a company name, you don't go start another one. Just use that. Doesn't matter as long as the company name's not like Horrible People Inc. or something. The other one is, okay, I posted in a group once and they wouldn't post my content. Okay, great. Just find another group. This is very, very common in the marketing world, because marketing groups, they're like really weird about not wanting you to be promotional. Other groups like dog walkers and chess and like other niches are totally fine. You want to find 10 groups, make one post, the same post per day in all 10 groups, and just different posts every day. And if one group doesn't let you post, just go find another one. We saw how easy it was to find chess groups. I randomly chose chess, by the way. There we are. I mean, that's ridiculous, you know? Um, but it's there. So just do a search for them. And remember, activity is more important than the amount of members. We want a very active group. We want to find active ones. And that's it. It's really not that big of a deal. Just do it and follow up with folks.
Awesome. Well, Frank, if you don't mind, stop sharing your screen. For those of you that have been here with us this afternoon, going through this step by step, we'd love to hear in the comments if you tried it, how did it work out for you? Feel free to share your feedback, your screenshots. And if you're watching the replay, let us know in the comments as well, once you're done, what you were able to get started for your business or to add this on to your clients as an add-on, as a freebie, or just a way to get their pages ticking with comments and notifications. Frank, close this out, man. I think you covered all the FAQ already, which was awesome. Send us off, man.
Guys, you've seen the numbers. Like this works exceptionally well for me. I can show you for further inspiration here, just so you know, this isn't like some outdated old stuff. Here's recent posts, 304 comments, 112, 289. Some of these are not like this is not actually supposed to get comments. It's just a little video for branding purposes. Here's another one, 121. And sometimes you'll have them that just crush like this one. And then other days you'll have them where it's like, I thought that would do better and it doesn't. It doesn't matter. Just do one per day and you're going to do pretty good. That's kind of my thing. I try to get one per day relatively consistently, relatively being the operative term here. And man, it just, here we are. Here's one that did really, really well. And then here's another one, didn't do as well. It's okay. Consistency beats miracles every time. And that's the name of the game. Works really, really well, and nothing better than free customers. So, we got all the tools for you. We already made them for you. Think you're good to go.
Awesome.
Stop.
Well, thanks everyone for joining in. We'll be keeping an eye on the comments, Frank. I know we got more stuff coming down the pipeline to have you back with us. Thanks for joining us, the audience, the users, the new customers, the new people that are joining us. Definitely had a great experience learning about high level social selling, and we appreciate you as always. So, look, y'all, we're signing off for the afternoon. Thank you again, and on to the next one. Take
All
care,
right,
everyone.
y'all. Take it easy.